Hello everybody and welcome to Women's Rights Movement at 11. Please give a warm welcome to Elizabeth Caddy. Woo! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Hello Elizabeth. So, who are you and what is your background knowledge?
My name is Elizabeth Caddy and I was born on November 12, 1815 in Johnstown, New York. I have 7 kids and I'm married to Henry Stanton, and he is a reformer and I was a writer and an activist.
Why do you believe in this movement?
I've always believed that women should have the same rights as anyone else. We couldn't vote, sue, or be sued, couldn't work as a doctor or study in law, couldn't serve on juries or even attend college. I was leader of the women's rights movement and I participated in speeches. This is how I met the leader of the Women's Rights Convention, Lucretta Mott. Also, I agreed with the temperance movement because women believed that alcohol was the reason men were being so abusive towards women and children.
What kind of jobs did you women have?
Usually, jobs were very limited for women. The only thing we could really do was write, work in the garden, cook, and clean. I was an abolitionist, and that was someone who supported getting rid of slavery.
What was the cash like?
It depended on the class you were in. Most women didn't make the money. That was always the men's job. But if you were in middle class, you had money, and the Great Depression started and everything got worse.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Now, everybody, please give a warm welcome to Lucretta Mott. Hello, Lucretta. Who are you and what is your background knowledge?
My name is Lucretta Mott, and I was born in Nantucket, Massachusetts on January 3rd, 1793. I was one of the leading voices of the abolitionist and feminist movement of my time. I grew up becoming a social reformer. My parents were Quakers. I am married to James Mott, and I have 6 kids, but 5 have lived and 1 has died as a child. I attended a Quaker school in New York State.
Why do you believe in this movement?
What led me to women's rights was when me and my husband attended the famous World's Anti-Slavery Convention in London in 1840. This convention refused to let women be full participants. I was strongly against slavery. I was always threatened because of rational views. This led me to meet Elizabeth Caddy and joining her in this Cinna Falls Convention in New York in 1848. From that point on, I was dedicated to women's rights and published the book Influential Discourse on Women's Suffrage.
What kind of jobs were there?
Well, it all really depended on the class that you were in. If you had more money, you didn't have to work most of the time, but if you were in the middle class, you could work in the gardens, and if you were really educated, you could be a teacher, but most girls weren't because there was no education given to us.
What was the cash like?
Well, the money was it was bad. It was really bad. Women didn't get as paid as much as the men did, and that's what's really led me to the women's rights, because when I was teaching, because I was a teacher and a preacher, and so when I went there, the guys were getting paid more than the girls, and we were doing the same exact thing. So I thought that it wasn't fair. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Lucretta. Now, could everybody please give a warm welcome to Susan B. Anthony? Woo! Woo! Hello, Susan. Who are you, and what is your background knowledge?
My name is Susan B. Anthony. I was born on February 15th, 1820 in Adam, Massachusetts. I grew up in a Quaker family with long activist traditions. Early in life, I developed a sense of self-justice and moral zeal. Moral zeal is, you could say, an enthusiastic devotion to a cause. After teaching for 15 years, I became active in temperance.
So why do you believe in this movement?
Since I was born in a Quaker family, I believed in social equality. I was born into believing that all people should be equal. At an early age of just 17, I was collecting anti-slavery positions.
What kind of jobs did you have?
Jobs were different for married and single women during my time. Married women lost their individual identity, their control of wealth and their property. Single women could own property, sign contracts, sue and be sued. They could also work outside of the home, but only as appropriate jobs set for women like teaching or nursing. they could not have the same jobs as men.
All right, what was the cash like?
Upper class women did not work because they had money from their family, but women did not earn a lot for any job, nowhere near as much as men got paid. Once the typewriter was invented, girls could be teachers, and girls were taught things like housewifery, laundry, and childcare. When I was a teacher, I only made $110 a year.
What kind of rights did you have?
Women wanted to be able to do exactly what men could do. We wanted to be able to vote, be able to have our own voice, own our own land, be able to have the same jobs as men. We wanted to be our own person, not what society or men made us out to be. We wanted the stereotypes to go away, to show everyone that not only men were brave and strong, we're not the only brave and strong ones, that women can be brave and strong too and independent.
Thank you, Susan Diaz. Woo!
Okay. This is our map that we made, and it represents where we were born at, and the pink is full suffrage, and that was where all the slavery was. And then I came from a state that was in full suffrage, and that's why I was the leader of the women's rights movement.